What? Piece of crap out of there. God damn it. Hi, Ron. Hi, Tom. How you guys doing? Hope you can hear me well. So, you guys geared up and ready for the Arctic blast that's coming through if you're in its way? Well, Tom, you're in Florida, aren't you? And Ron, you're. Thank you. Yeah, I think you guys are going to miss it. Believe it or not, here in Tennessee next week, it's going to get down to like 5 degrees, single digits for 3 or 4 days. So, means I won't be doing any detecting. Yeah, it's going to miss you. That's right. You're in San Diego. You're okay. And Tom, you're in Florida, aren't you? Yeah, you always get an Arctic blast. Jason. Hi, John. How you doing? Excuse me. Minus 38. Oh, Jesus. Oh, you probably got plenty of free firewood, though, don't you, Jason? Okay, high of 49 in Florida. That's cold for a high. Feels like minus 46. Oh yeah, I know all about that. Dang. Well, I don't know if you guys heard. Oh, Danny Boy won himself one of the new Mind Lab 700s. Can't wait to see him using that. Jason, that's what I learned. With that job you got with Tech, did you get free firewood? Vegas, how you doing? Great giveaway, buddy. That was nice. That was a fun stream. So, Jason, did you go out and throw Kool-Aid in the snow and tell your kids to make their own snow cones? Just wondering. Cool. Yeah, when I worked in the timber, we used to have free firewood for seniors or people that were disabled. I was even surprised the Pacific Gas and Electric Company back home did it too. They got a one lot that people can come get firewood if they're disabled or seniors for no charge. They tell you when it gets that cold and you got arthritis or something, the only heat that'll really warm you up is a good old fire. Yeah, they did a great job. That was just a really fun stream. And I knew it. I could tell Rob did what he said. He puckered. Hey, Marty, how you doing? And that his sphincter puckered up on him when he thought he erased all those names. It's like, damn, 100 and something names to have to put back in. Mine would have puckered too. And thank you, Marty. Those will be the first loonies I've ever had. That is so cool. Thank you. Even up there in the winter wonderland, you can't get them to go outside and play, huh? Hello, Cynthia. I've always wanted to find a loony or a toonie down here, Marty. I found Canadian pennies, quarters, and dimes, but I've never ever found a loony. Or love to find one in the wild. Oh. So Cynthia, you're in the middle. You're going to get that Arctic blast here in a few days too, aren't you? I know here they're talking 5 and 6 degrees for a few days, with highs at 20. 190 names. Wow. Awesome. I'll be your loony Suckleberry. No, because I remember that's one day when I started to get back into metal detecting. I was watching a guy in Canada with a cheap detector, Bounty Hunter 1100. Hey, Mark, welcome. How you doing? And he went to a soccer field, and within an hour, he had $21 in loonies and toonies. And I thought, no, that's the way to do it. Yeah. Buy a $99 detector and pay for itself in the first week. Jeremy, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Matt, hello, how you doing? Oh. So this will be the last stream before Christmas. What's the weather like up around where you're at, Marty? Is it really cold up there? Or? Oh yeah, the one I have open on. Yeah, YouTube. Let's see. Anybody else? Okay, I got one over there that isn't here. Greg, how you doing? Jeff, how you doing? Welcome, guys. Doing good, Greg. The hip's doing good. Thank you. Guido, hello. Oh. It's really great. I gave away that detector last week, and Reed forwarded it to a young lady in the state of Washington that couldn't afford the detector. So I'm waiting to hear how that's going. Thought that was great. Nathan, how you doing? Lots of rain. Yeah, we haven't had any rain in a few days. Just cold. Wish it would rain. It warms up a little bit normally. Danny, congrats, Danny. Can't wait to see you using that 700. That'll be sweet. So, Brewer, Jeff, what's the weather like over in your area? You're going to be in that Arctic stream that's coming through like the rest of us? Damn. Nah, don't make him wait, Cynthia. Go ahead and give it to him now. Oh, I bet you're dealing crazy cold and snow, Nathan. What, you got about 3 or 4 feet there? Oh, Mark the Bird Hunter's coming up. Howdy, Mark.
Hey, Bill.
How you doing?
Just living a dream, buddy.
Living the dream, huh?
Yep. I blew up another e-bike.
Another one?
Yep.
35 and clear. Yeah, it's like 32 and clear here, Jeff. It's going to get down to 5 degrees in Tennessee, of all places. How did you blow this one up, Mark?
Oh man, I don't know. I think I bought it blown up. The controller that makes it go.
Yeah.
I think I bought a junk one.
That figures.
Yeah.
All that stuff's Chinese anyways.
Oh yeah. Yep.
That's the problem with Chinese stuff, man. If you find a good company, you're okay. But it's like in the early 60s, I remember Japan's when they sent stuff over here, 90% of it was junk.
Yep. Still the same. Oh, that and I'm battling COVID for the second time.
Oh, bummer. Cynthia, it's going to be like 17 degrees here for Christmas. So you got, well, I understand, we're in a triple demic now, they call it. People, my hometown, the hospital's filled up with people that have COVID, the regular flu, and RSV all at once.
Yeah. Digging up the Carolinas. No, luckily I didn't pay that much for mine. I built mine from scratch. So
yeah, it's cheaper that way.
Yeah, but actually this is Piper's controller.
Yeah, the most expensive thing is the dang batteries.
Yeah, they can be. I build my own, so
yeah,
cut a little cost off that too.
John's asking if you got the headache.
What's that? Oh, I did. Like I look.
Yeah, figures I'm getting a new detector tomorrow, and I won't be able to use it for a while. So.
What are you getting?
I went backwards a little bit. They had a sale on eBay, so I bought it. And I always wanted to have what's called the Eurotech Pro.
Okay.
Magnetics.
Okay.
They make Minuteman and Eurotech Pro. They're the same one, but one's branded for Europe, one's for here. So they just got a different face on the controller. Same machine. But has adjustable iron, Fetone, and VCO and all that.
Nice.
Normally it's $220 slower in machine, but I've already got coils that will work with it because I've got another Technetics that uses the same frequency but needs work. And I was looking at it on eBay, and Kellyco was selling it. They knocked $40 off, and I just put it in my watch list.
Yeah.
Next day, I go, well, we'll knock another 35 off.
Wow.
And then I also had some money built up in there, so I got a $220 machine for $100.
Nice.
So
nice.
I have 3 coils to use on it. So
thanks, Cynthia. Thanks, Jeff.
Hope you don't blow up your van when you do your van build.
No, that's why I'm letting Marty build that out for me.
Hi, Jim. I tell you, the worst thing I've ever seen. I got an ex-son-in-law. He's a mechanic. He's not a bad mechanic. Hey, Reed, how you doing?
Hey, Reed.
But the problem is, every time he bought a car, he cannot tell. He's one of those mechanics. If you tell him what's wrong with it, he can fix it. But he can't really diagnose it or tell by sound what's going on. And every time he'd buy a car, it'd be like a week later, the tranny would blow up. The motor would blow up. And whether it was off a lot or from a person. And I looked at him, I said, take somebody else with you when you buy a car. But he goes, I know cars. I go, you don't know what to look for and listen for, apparently. And I said, because I was like 6 cars in a row that I knew of since he'd been married to my daughter that boom. Like within a week.
See why she divorced him. So
it's like, I said, you're not a bad mechanic. You just can't tell a good car from a bad car when you buy it. So.
Oh. Wow. Digging up the
Hey, Jim.
Carolinas. He's going to be in Florida from the 22nd to the 2nd. Nice.
Sweet.
Beat this cold ass weather.
Hell yeah. Oh, I know. When I was reading that it's going to be like 5 degrees here, it's like, no, man. With highs of 20, that means just stay in the house with the heater turned up.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, Reed.
Thanks, Jim. Thank you.
I'll get that for you in a minute, Reed. Dang it.
Someone's worried about porch pirates. I'm always worried about porch pirates.
Um,
No, I've had that. I bought Piper that electric scooter, for Christmas.
yeah.
No sooner did it get off the truck than it must have been stolen.
Oh, man.
Hi, Lisa. Bought Piper that electric scooter. Hey, Echo. Hi, Lisa. Negative 25 in Montana. No way. Nope.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Oh. Rob. Okay, got rid of the echo, right?
There he is.
There's Rob. Okay, Reed. I'll do that. I got it. It should be there in the next day or two. I shipped it out on the 15th. Marty V, how you doing?
Hey, Marty.
I was just telling people about that. You won it and forwarded it to a kid, which is great. I love hearing that.
Hello, Rob.
Lisa, Tortuga Lisa's here. If you don't know Tortuga Lisa, people, go check out her channel. Subscribe to her. She's got a great channel. So. Let's see, did I?
Oh. I got to take a double shot of NyQuil here pretty soon.
Yeah, man, that's thank God, knock on wood. I haven't had COVID. I don't want it. I don't want this triple thing that's going around.
Yep.
I just think the third one's called RSV, which is normally kids, but adults are getting it too now.
Yep. Everything's mutating.
Yeah.
And the only nice thing about having this, I'm off work. I'm allowed to go out.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
Joe, this
Rob.
is my second round with it. The first time I had it, it knocked me for a loop. At least this time here, it's just like a super bad head cold.
Oh, okay. So you don't have all the problems you had the first time. That's good.
No.
Yeah, I'm thinking, man, you guys are in pretty good health compared to me. If I got it, I'd probably be dead.
Dude, you had a hip replacement. You're out the next day. I don't want to hear that.
Just seeing the doctor with my orthopedic surgeon when I went in to see him. He goes, I don't think you need to come back. He goes, you're doing really damn good.
Yeah. Hey, keep digging.
The only thing I've discovered, I know when the cold weather's coming when you got a 12-inch spike in your leg.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, yeah. If I go outside when it's cold, I come in and the first thing I do is wrap a heating pad around my leg and turn it on.
I don't blame you.
But it's worth it because I can freaking walk now.
Oh, yeah. Still use the cane a little bit for balance?
Yeah, for now. Probably give that up in a week.
Cool.
18 tonight in Washington. Nathan, it's going to be 5 degrees here in Tennessee in the next day or two. Bill's from that generation, tough as nails. I don't know about that, John, but I just consider myself oh, thanks, Rob. If you ever seen Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, remember when Yukon Cornelius pushed the abominable snowman off the cliff and they showed up later? He goes, I'm kind of like the Bumble. I just bounce. Yeah. Or like I like to say, you just can't keep a bad salami down. It comes right back up.
Yeah, I experienced that earlier too.
Loot rate, hello.
Oh,
18 in the house. Thank you, people.
oh Bill, I'm gonna bounce.
Okay.
I
Thank you
can't
for
breathe.
coming up, Mark.
Yep.
Drink your NyQuil. Get yourself better, brother.
Oh yeah, buddy. You take care. Have a great stream, dude.
Thank you.
Okay, how do I get out of here? Here we go.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. But it's true. You got a great channel. I love watching your videos. Read, you're saying don't bounce so good anymore. I mean, it just takes longer to bounce back to normal. Same here. Hello, Alice in Wonderland. How you doing? Thanks for being here. Keep digging. Thank you. Everybody, thank you for being here. So, hello, Olin. How you doing? Rob, you gonna come on up? I want to hear about your trivia. It's always great to hear what Rob did in trivia. But, yeah, like I said, I figures I get a new detector. I know it's a good one, a really great price, and then I'm going to have to sit a week or two before I can even go use it. But that's life. I just don't like the idea of it being down to single digits. Oh, thanks, Greg. California, Florida sucks. 70 degrees in California. Perfect weather. So you're a sandwich caterer now, huh, Jason? Is that what you do when you're not piloting a tugboat? Rob, you still here? Oh yeah, right up there in the high desert, Nevada. Yeah, yeah. But that I can take. Ooh, Manicore one of the. Well, after seeing Merrill in New York using that Manicore and pounding where he's pounded with the Knox, and all his friends have, and he did about a third of an acre and came up with more silvers and a bunch of coins and stuff that they'd missed somehow. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Oh, I am feeling much better, believe me. Yes, Alice, my leg is better. Thank you. Much better. I mean, I can actually get up and move now without having to use the cane to get up, and I'm not limping. And it's amazing what they can do these days. So much better. You tell him, Rob. How you doing, Rob? I want to tell you, Rob, great streams. Great stream yesterday. That was awesome.
Well, you know what? We had a lot of problems either between YouTube or StreamYard because we had 5 people whose chats weren't showing up, and one of them was a winner that couldn't talk. But
Yeah.
I got texted by one person who showed me the chat that he was trying to make a comment on, and then 3 or 4 other people emailed me today, and they got like 1 or 2 chats in, and then the stream stopped accepting their chats.
Yeah, that happened on a whole bunch of streams and lives yesterday.
Oh,
You-
did it? Well, that's
Yeah.
the same thing. That's the same thing that happened to us on Monday Digs last week.
Yep. None of the premieres worked. So you got to Looter 8 and he got 4 minutes in before it died. I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, YouTube's having a lot of problems. I don't know about a dance read. If I get better enough, maybe down the road I'll do a cartwheel or something.
Yep, Alice, YouTube was horrible.
It's getting worse. Well, thank you, Lisa. Yeah, they're they're screwing everybody, and then their stuff's just getting worse and worse. Yeah.
I thought about this yesterday. I had more super chats in my Sunday stream for the giveaway than ever before. So thank you all that sent super chats. But YouTube takes 35% of that. I mean, hell, eBay only takes 9% for what I sell on eBay.
Yeah.
35%.
Yeah, I know.
So what I'm going to
That's
start doing, Bill, is I'm going to start putting my PayPal across my stream.
Mhm.
Because if they just donate through friends and family, I get 100% of that.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Greg. Hi, Reed.
Well, Rob, I don't need any addresses. I finally got Steve to get hold of me from Starries.
Well, thank you, because I was going to send you 3 or 4, Bill. I knew I owed you 2 or 3.
Yeah, I still need it for whoever won the digger.
Okay.
And,
All right.
from Sundays, it's taken care of. They already shipped out. So
I mailed out 7 prizes yesterday. I got another 2 out today. And then 3 more people have sent me addresses. So we're getting there.
yeah. Hey, Mark from the Asylum, how you doing? Oh, yeah. And when I went on Pirate Ship Day, they gave me the notice that the rates are going up again because post office is going to raise the rates some more. Still cheaper through them though, a lot. So
Yeah. I use PayPal's I think it's called Ship it's Ship Store or something.
yeah,
They give me 20 or 30% off what the counter rates are.
yeah. Well, that's like if it fits at ships boxes. I use the small one for a lot of stuff. And if I go to the post office, it's $10.50 to ship it now. It's like $8.20 through Pirate Ship
Yeah.
for the same thing. You know.
Finders Keepers at new 900 does look really nice. And I saw Jeremy ask Bill if he'd rather have a Manicore or one of the new Noxes. I've been watching Merrill's videos. I've been watching Iffy Signals videos. Merrill did pull out that gold ring in the Merc over fields. Over a park he went over with 6 other detectors, and the Manicore did find it.
Yep.
I don't need that here in Florida. I mean, yeah, I'm probably going to make a trip up to Maryland this year. I'd love to get up to New York. I'd love to get to Pennsylvania to see Shane. Frankie wants me to stop there in South Carolina on the way.
Yeah.
I got family in Virginia. And yeah, would that maybe an inch or 2 deeper the Manicore goes help? Yeah, it would there. But do I need that for everyday detecting here in Florida, which is what I do 99% of the time? Nope.
No.
Do I need that on Clearwater Beach? Nope. Do
Nope.
we have super deep ring signals in Clearwater Beach? Nope.
Yeah.
So
no, now, like you could use the 700 because they fixed the leaking problems.
and see, I'll tell you right now, nobody's done a video yet submerging the Manicore.
Yeah, or the 700 or 900. I'm waiting to see that.
Yeah, I finally started going to some of the detector websites, and they're finally having the all 3 of the machines on their websites now. A week ago, they didn't have them.
Let me see. I see something here that Matt was talking to John about why they came out with the 700 and 900, Matt. Like John said, not only did they fix all the problems, but now you got a 0 to 99 VDI instead of -9 to 49.
Yeah, I would have to learn that a little bit.
Yeah.
But I did like when Merrill showed that. I think it was Merrill or one of the other channels. They showed that visual screen where a coin or a button comes in as a little round blip on your screen, and something that's trash comes in like looking like a peanut or some oblong blob.
Yeah.
I think that's going to help people a lot.
Yeah. But like I said last week, somebody, I don't know, my stream, I think they're just going to drop the 6 and 800. the 7 and 9 will replace them, and the 6 and 800 will go away.
Well, after the 800 came out and the 6800, they still kept the 705, which I think those two machines made obsolete, but they just lowered the price on it.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they had thousands of them in stock.
Yeah. What they'll do is they'll just keep selling them until they run out of stock. That's like I was just saying. I just bought when my wife was alive, she bought me a Technetics, and it needs some work, but I have 2 coils with it, and I was on eBay, and I've been thinking of getting the Legend. Well, that's going to be a while, but back home where I live and I want to get back to, I can't dig more than 3 or 4 inches in most places anyway, because the ground is just too freaking hard.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I was on an old park with Dalton that had 2 weeks ago or last week, where I got my oldest Indian head. I mean, I was excited as hell. Dalton was finding a bunch of Wheaties, but I didn't have any. But I came up with my oldest Indian, and Dalton had done research and found out that there was 2 houses there in the either 1880s or 1890s. I got a faint bouncy signal. I went so deep I hit one of the old cast iron pipes that was down there about 14 inches. So my Knox will pull that out. I can't tell you how many pipes on old houses we hit here in Florida, 8, 10, 12 inches down. I don't need to go any deeper than that, because if I get a signal that deep here in Florida, it's something bad. It's a pipe.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not doing cornfields that had 1,700 houses on them.
Yeah. I'm on
And
eBay.
if I do, I'm looking at the Hoover boys. Their Knoxes do that no problem.
Yeah. But a few years back, they came out with a machine called a Eurotech. Technetics did. And then the brother one to it is called the Minuteman here in the States. Same machine. But anyways, adjustable feet tone, so iron makes a different sound, all that. They're a $230 machine. Well, they had it on sale on eBay, so I put it in my watch list, and I get a notice from them. They knocked another $35 off. Plus, I had some money they owed me anyway, so I got a $220 machine for a little over $100.
Well, when the Knox first came out, and I was debating about getting one, there were 2 videos I watched that convinced me to buy it. One, a guy took his right out of the box, put it together, filled his bathtub up, put a weight on the Knox, and left it underwater for a week in his bathtub. Took it out, pressed the button, and it came right on with no issues. And I said, that's freaking awesome. And then another video, a group of 3 or 4 guys took all their machines out to the beach, and right at the tide line where the wet sand met the water, in about 2-3 inches of water, they put a super little thin gold chain, and they laid it out long ways in the water, about 2-3 inches down. And they swang a Garrett over it. I think they sent an MX over it, but they put 3 machines over it, and the only one that picked up that little gold chain was the Equinox. Yeah. And it didn't just barely pick it up; it was a solid signal, even though it was a thin chain. Yeah. And I've never found a thin gold chain with it, but I have found thin silver chains with it.
Yeah.
And a lot of machines won't pick that up with that because it's thin and light. The Knox had no problem picking that up, and based on those 2 videos, I got the machine.
Yeah.
And then when my 800 got wet a second time during COVID, and I had to send it in, and they sent me an email back saying, we have no ETA when you get it because we're out of parts due to the supply chain problem. I was like, well, hell, I can't be out of detector all summer. So I bought the 600.
Thank you, Susie.
Hi, Susie. And I bought it for 2 reasons. One, I already had an 8, so I didn't need another one with the extra bells and whistles because I already had an 8 that's going to be coming back. And 2, people had said there seemed to be less problems with the 600 in the water than the 800. So what, the second or third time I had it in 6-8 inches of water, it freaking flooded. The second or third time I had the 600 in water. And luckily I just got the 800 back, but I had to send the 600 in.
Yeah.
Dalton and Troy will not take theirs in the water.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. What I'm thinking is now that they got 7 and 800 and they supposedly have all those problems fixed, the 6 and 800 will just go away. That's all they're doing is replacing them with they didn't want to admit they made mistakes, so they upgraded to a 7 and 900. And once they run out of the 6 and 800s, that'll be it.
You're probably right, Bill, because why keep making the old model of a new model you're making?
Yeah. And they've already dropped it. You can buy the 600 for like $599 now. So
I saw that in somebody's video today. I think it was Merrill's.
so it's like, that tells you right there they're probably just gonna get rid of them.
I mean, I am happy. I mean, I've seen the Manicore. I picked it up. I held it. I swung it. When I went to the presentation down at Myers Metal Detecting when Debbie was there from Mine Lab. I mean, one, it's super, super light. Two, it folds down like the Deus does, so you can literally put it in your backpack or a carry-on bag. When I've flown twice with my Equinox, I've got to put the shaft and the coil in a carry-on bag. I put it in my Mine Lab bag and I wrap it really hard, bubble wrap. But I take the control pod off and I put that in my carry-on. That way, that thing stays in my possession at all times.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if they break a shaft or a coil, yeah, that's bad, but it's nowhere near what costs you if your control pod disappears or breaks apart that they slammed around in the cargo hold. And nobody's even questioned me. They didn't even make me take it out and open it. It went right through the scanner in my carry-on bag, and they didn't even question it. So I had no problem with that. But a lot of people are very happy with the breakdown feature that it breaks down to 16 or 18 inches, whatever it is now. And it's really light. I imagine with that carbon fiber shaft, if you put the 6-inch sniper coil in there, you're not even going to feel the thing. I mean, I could hunt all day long. I mean, my back will hurt before my arms hurt with that sniper coil.
Yeah. Hi, Brad. How you doing? Thanks for being
And
here.
then they fix the, they redesigned the
Thanks
control
for stopping
pod.
by, Dan Shan. Hope you find the right stream you're looking for. Hi, Happy Chappy.
Hey, Happy.
Hello, Diana. 31 in the house. Thank you, people. But yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see when Charlie gets his Manicore and what he does with it. But
He's pretty excited about that.
oh yeah, but like I said,
But I've done a lot of thinking about this. I don't need the 3 extra sensitivity settings on the Manicore. And I'm not sure if Mind Lab's hurting ourselves by not this, but I can't really see. And I know Jeremy asked you that question a few minutes ago. I can't really see a $600 difference or $700 difference between the 900 and the Manicore.
yeah, no,
Mind Lab is trying to say it's got more power in its control pod. I mistakenly said in my video, and I wanted to do a correction video, the machine has more power, but that doesn't mean they're putting more power to the coil. They're using that extra power in the control
I was
pod.
gonna say, if you notice from Merrill, yeah, he found stuff that they didn't find before, but none of it was super deep. So
No, it was all under a foot.
yeah, so that means soil conditions, wet or dry ground, all kinds of reasons they didn't find it before. That doesn't mean they couldn't have found it with their 800s. They just didn't find it at the time. So, and like I said, this Technetics that I'm buying, which runs 7.8 kilohertz, Technetics are really deep machines. I mean, this thing will hit a quarter to 11 inches for a $200 machine. That's really good. So anything he found, I could find with this machine I'm picking up. And like I said, back in California or wherever I got to move to because of my arthritis, I'm not going to be digging more than 3 or 4 inches most of the time anyway. So I don't need a $1,000 machine.
Yeah, SWPA, absolutely. That those Noxes are the lightest thing out there. Dan, we're talking about the new Mind Lab 709 Lab and the new 900 and the new the new Manicore.
Yeah.
Hey, Gregory Gibson, evening. Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you. Yeah, I know. This will be my 3rd Technetics. I love Technetics. They're great detectors. Lightweight.
Danny boy, I've had my 6 and 800 3 years now, and I'm still learning them. And when I hunt with Dalton, there's still a few things I forget that he's got to set my machine up for. Dalton knows it like the back of his hand.
Like Brad says, depth spider, 99% of the coins he finds are 3 to 4 bars deep. Doesn't really need any more depth. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen Dalton. We've live dug a couple deep sowers. We got one in the park right across the street from Tom Riley's house when he invited us down to his property. There was an old park there, and Dalton pulled out a 9 or 10 inch Merc that was in the sidewall, and it was a pretty iffy signal for him. But he wears those little earbuds, and he hears those little things. And we did it live, and it was over 9 inches that Dalton got that Merc from.
Hi, Mandy.
And
Hello,
that's about as deep as
Oracle.
a coin's going to be here.
I like this guy's name, the freaking Oracle Show.
Nice.
Okay, Happy Chappy.
No worries, Dan.
You can buy it from what is it? I mean, which model is it? Happy Chappy, which model Technetics? Hello, Grandma Kelly. I want to know because I love. Oh yeah, I'll tell you, multi-frequency machines are nice, but I've read and I believe and I also watch. Treasure Mountain detectors. Guy sells them. When they first came out with the Vanquish and the Noxes, he was showing something. This is really funny. Brand new clad, he buried it clad, and the machines couldn't hit it at first. They had to sit in the ground about a week. And he goes, a single frequency machine, or you can use your Nox, and you can set it for single frequency, which you cannot do with the Vanquish. So the Vanquish is going to miss silvers because a single frequency machine will pick up the silver better than running multi.
Well, I learned that from John Groney. John Groney said sometimes if he's got an area with a lot of EMI in it,
Yeah.
he'll go to Park 2, which I don't hunt in, and he'll go to 15 megahertz, which is right at the silver signal. He'll go to single frequency. And the first time I tried that on a property that I had done before, in 30 seconds, I had me a barber dime. And I swear I've been over that property 3 times. Yep. And I mean, I did a video on it just for that diamond, just to give John Groney credit. The first time I tried single frequency with the Nox 600, it got me a barber dime.
Yeah. Well, what they were saying is when you run multi-frequency, chances are, and especially with silver, it likes the lower frequencies, 15 and lower. So you're going to miss because those higher frequencies will miss they're running continuously.
Right. But what I read was, I got my yellow book right here, my Andy Savage book.
Yeah.
When you're in Park 1 or Park 2, one of them, Park 1 and Park 2, the percentage of each frequency that picks up is a different ratio. In Park 2, the ratio is higher towards those midtones. So I think that's one reason Dalton might find a little more silver than me, especially deep silver, because in Park 2, the 15 hertz takes a higher precedence over my 20 hertz in Park 1. So it's more geared toward Dalton finding silver coins. But then again, I have found numerous gold rings, and Dalton doesn't have a gold ring yet. Mandy, we're happy you're happy to be here, and we're happy to have you here. Hey, Just Be Cool. Oh, stop.
Okay, Happy Chappy. The thing is, what kind of machine? Technetics. Which model? Somebody else don't want it. I'll think about it because I love Technetics.
There you go. Mr. Charlie's here, letting us know that in Pensacola, most of our soil is sand, so the older targets are deeper, and he's hoping to find some more with the new machine. Yeah. That's Charlie. I'm going to see if you're going to go back to Walker Beach, and if that Manicore lets you go a little deeper than the Nox. Well, I would, Cynthia. It's practically a brand new machine with how little you use it.
Oops. Oh, Delta 4000. Okay, let me think about that.
That's funny, Jason.
Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, even Merrill said the first time he took the Nox out, it was a major upgrade for what Mind Lab had, and that multi-frequency was. I mean, it was a eye-opening. I mean, guys, you can't argue with how many they sold of the Nox. You just can't.
You can't. No.
It's been the best-selling machine in the history of metal detectors. And I'm sure the AT Pro and the AT Max have been out, 8-10 years before that, and I'm guaranteeing it's outsold those two models.
Oh yeah.
And he said the Manicore was better, but not better to the extent that the 800 was so much better than everything else out there. It's a little bit of an improvement, but he said it's not a monster jump like the 800 was.
Yeah.
Now, what I found interesting, Bill, is Kurt mentioned in last week's video that they were doing a dirt hunt because one of their Noxes was in the repair shop due to water leakage. That's the first time I've ever heard the Hoover boys say they've had problems with anything, and they admitted one of their Noxes was in the repair shop.
Ah. Okay.
Okay, that's interesting, Rob.
Oh, I gotta get some more coffee. Charlie, you gonna come on up?
Well, Jeremy, if you're here in the daytime, we'll hit curb strips and parks. If you're here at night, we'll hit the beach. Wow, 47 hertz. Wow. Yeah, Finders Keepers Dalton does great in Park 2. Hey, T-Rep Adventures, good seeing you again. Danny boy, I run 5 feet and drop out of breath.
AZ.
I don't know if I could, with my hips, Danny, I don't know if I could even run 5 feet anymore.
Melly Man, Mike, how you doing? 35 people in the house.
Miss Mercury, how the hell do you lose the large coil, ma'am?
People won't care if they see you in bed, Charlie. Only kidding.
Just make sure you have a shirt on, Charlie. That's all I ask.
Yes, please. Nathan says all he uses is Park 2 on the Nox.
Yep. Hey, Mike. Good evening, Mike. Good evening, AZ Mort. Miss Mercury, let me tell you something. I can say this. I still have not submerged my 800. You probably will be very nervous doing it the first time because I didn't even think twice about submerging it because they advertise as a waterproof machine until the first time I was on dry sand about 20 minutes after I'd been in the water, and it started going haywire on me. And so now I think about it every time I go in the water. I didn't used to think about it, but I do now.
T-Rep Adventures says still subscribe to all. Liking tonight's show from its all. I'm ignorant about frequency importance. The different metals react to different frequencies. Silver likes lower, gold likes higher frequencies. Your metals in between, they all react differently to different frequencies. So, and shapes.
Nathan says the same thing. All he uses is Part 2, which is what Dalton uses.
Yeah.
And Nathan, I think that's why he finds a little more silver than me. I mean, but hey, the hunt I did on Monday Digs last night, I got 3 silvers that day with Dalton. He didn't get any. So I still think it has to be if you swing over it. If you don't swing over it, you got no chance of finding it. And it just so happened that day, I happened to swing over 3 silvers, and I picked them up, and Dalton happened to not swing over any silver that day. But yes, Nathan, he uses strictly Part 2. I've never seen him in any other
Good night, Lisa.
setting than Part 2.
Thank you for being here, darling. Love you. You have a good night. And a good night at work. Tom, man, Paul, how you doing? Welcome.
See, Mike uses his max in the water. And I'll be honest with you, I hear a lot. Look at how long Shane from Blind Treasure Hunter has been using his AT Pro in the water. Look how many years the Hoover boys did their summer videos in the water with all their AT machines. And here's Mike saying, I use the max in the water. You hear so many less complaints about the AT in the water than you do the Nox. And the AT is an 8 or 10-year-old machine.
I don't remember ever hearing anybody drowning an AT that I've ever known. But I mean, it could happen. I mentioned it has, but I've never heard about it.
Treasure Hunter X. There is another channel that had problems getting on last night.
Crazy about a Mercury Dyna. I use my AT Pro in the water. There you go.
Trevor the Detector. Hello.
Happy chappy. I wave at Shane, but he never waves back.
Southwest PA says he's not taking his knocks in the water because the warranty's expired. My warranty's expired on the 800, so that's not going in the water. My 600 still has about a year and 3 months on it. That'll be the water when I use. What? Did you want to go out? What do you want?
Good
What
night,
do you
Lisa.
want? What? What? Say hello to all the good people out there, big dog. Huh? Yeah, I know. You just want attention, big dog.
Hope she just didn't eat poop.
Around this house, Bill, black labs matter. You want to go out? You want to go out? You want to go out? Tell me. Tell me. You want to go out? You gonna tell me?
I'm with you, Greg. I'm old and lazy too. Just turn the thing on and go. I don't want to have to adjust anything. Oh, bummer, Nathan. Your juice is in the shop. That sucks.
Come on, big dog.
You found a lot of good stuff with that machine. I know.
Well, if you don't want to go out, what are we doing? Oh, yeah, now you want to go out. Yeah, she thinks she's Billy Badass.
Hello, Tom Kingery. Welcome. We got 35 people in the house, Rob.
I know.
Juice, little brother, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Oh. You're in Michigan, Juice? Is that where you're at right now? I watched the stream earlier and I saw it. I got, brain fart. From black loud to meth lab, really. Oh, Jason, that's what we love about you. Yeah, it's gonna be damn cold here, so we stuck in the house. But yeah, I hear you, Nathan. All kinds of toys like to have, but not enough money. Huh. Smart move, Vegas. Nice, Trevor. You found gold, huh?
Cool. You want to come in now that you're finished working at the neighbor dog? Okay.
Well, he had to say hi.
All right. Come on in. You coming in? All right. You stay out there.
Michigan.
You coming in? Say, are you coming in or going out? All right.
Rob from Rocky Mountain. Hello. How you doing? Good to see you here.
Come on in, man. Come on. Come on.
Yeah. So the doctor okays me to go on a full hunt and the weather gets better.
Well, Bill, if you look close, this may be the first time anybody on the stream's ever seen me in a jacket.
That's true. I don't think I've ever seen you in one before.
It's flipping cold, Bill.
Don't tell me it's like 31 degrees here and it's gonna be 5 in a couple of days.
It's like 50 here, Bill. It's really flipping cold.
50. That would be a heat wave here, Ron.
Charlie's probably in the low 40s or probably upper 30s.
All I know is, once I get better, I'm going hunting with John from Once in the Blood, Charlie's brother. He's invited me, so.
So, Bill, we were in 11th place in trivia tonight. We just sucked. We were in next to last place.
It didn't get any
And
better.
we got the final question right. And besides doing first, second, and third gift certificates tonight, during the month of December, the sports bar owners give away a big gift on top of the 3 prizes. So tonight's big gift was a 50-inch television.
Oh,
I know. So the first place team took that, and we wound up going from 11th to 4th and winning 4th place, and we got our $10 gift card. Pulled one up way deep from up in the anal cavity.
wow. You see what Jason said? I'm 100 degrees colder than Florida. And he is too. Yeah.
Danny Boy likes his simplex for silver.
How many cords of wood do you burn a month, Jason?
Tot Lot Bandit, another cool name with a little raccoon with a bandit across his eyes. That's awesome.
Who's that? Which one?
Tot Lot Bandit. He's got a little raccoon with the black
Oh,
across
yeah.
his eyes.
Paul. Yeah.
Yeah, Treasure Hunter X. I was getting emails, I was getting texts. People were sending me pictures of them being in the chat, but their comments weren't going out. It did affect one person.
Thanks for stopping by, Juice.
Jan
Fun
Lewis.
night skating.
Jan Lewis did win a prize, and he couldn't come up and did it. So I told Rob if he wants a silver dime, I'll be happy to send him one to Canada.
I won a couple loonies for Marty today.
Nice.
Yeah. One of the painted ones and a regular one. I don't have any loonies, so that'll be nice to add to my collection.
Well, Nathan's got a Deus, but it's in the shop right now, he said.
Yeah.
I've never used a PI machine.
They go super deep. But they're super expensive too.
Yeah, I can't hunt in all metal. Dalton tells me to put it in all metal. I just can't stand hearing every single Ferris target down there. I can't stand it.
Yeah. Well, hello.
Mr. Juice.
Hi there. Yeah, Juice leaving. He's gonna go ice skating with his daughter. He's in Michigan.
From Black
Nathan's asking what happened to the porn stash, Rob.
What happened to what?
The porn stash.
Denise didn't like the porn stash. She didn't like it. She didn't like it gray or brown. She kept saying gray. It made me look older. So even when it was brown, she took a look at it and went, "No, I don't even like it brown." Because when I met her, I had a brown mustache from my cop days.
Yeah, I
But
remember
then again,
seeing
she was so used to it for 10 years seeing me without a mustache because I couldn't. When I worked at Disney, you couldn't have any facial hair, period. And not only did they years after I left, they went to mustaches because a lot of the Hispanic male population is very big on facial hair, and they literally could not get enough people to work at Disney that would be willing to shave their mustache from that community. And Orlando is a very big Hispanic area, so they allowed mustaches. And then now, like, I don't know, 5-8 years ago, they allow facial hair, and they're allowing corn rolls if they're very neat and if the facial hair is very trimmed, so you can have like a tightly trimmed beard like some police departments allow. I don't know how the hell Simon gets away with it. Every time I see Simon, his hair looks like he stuck his finger in an electric socket, and his beard looks one step away from being Grizzly Adams. So I'm not sure how the hell he does that at Disney. Yes, Rob, I was mentioning that on my Sunday stream. When our Knox 800s, within 6 to 8 months of the warranty, we buy newer ones from the marketplace and sell our old ones. And so now my new Knox is back up to the 3-year warranty. I was telling about that on the stream. I don't think that's a bad idea, Rob, really.
No, that's a great idea.
But see, that's, I spent the extra money and bought a second Knox. So I've got the 600 and 800 now. Yeah. So I can pretty much guarantee myself that I will have one machine working at all times if I have to have one go back. And then what I've also told myself is when you're down to one and your other one's there, do not water hunt for that period you're down to one. Just don't put the, when you have two there, yeah, you can put one control pod in the water. But I will also probably now that my 800's out of warranty, I will probably seal it up like Gigmaster did with his.
Yeah.
Nice, Trevor. Found gold today in the park. Good job, sir.
Treasure
It's
Hunter
Rocky
X.
Mountain Life Prospecting, Rob. Hi, sir.
Treasure Hunter X says, so in 10 more years, Disney will look like any other place you can go on Earth.
Treasure Hunter X, as a guy that's a Disney fan or Disney file or Disney phobe, whatever you want to call it, Disney freak. Yes, and I'm sad to see that because, I was a lowly security host there, but if anybody ever asked my opinion, facial hair would be out tomorrow. And no, you wouldn't be grandfathered in. Let me tell you how strict they were for facial hair when I was there. We had a guy in our hiring. We had a bunch of us that got hired together, and they sat us down for an orientation. And they said, starting tomorrow, you guys have your 2-day orientation to the Disney heritage and tradition. And this guy, he had like thin blonde hair, and he had a ponytail. And they said to him right there in front of everybody in the room, starting tomorrow, you have to cut your ponytail. And then they looked at me and they said, you realize starting tomorrow, you have to shave your mustache. And I said, you've hired me. Now that I know you've hired me, the mustache will be gone. I will show up for work tomorrow. So we all showed up for orientation class. I was newly shaved with no mustache, trying to figure out what my upper lip looked like. This guy comes in with his suit on for orientation, and he tucked his ponytail inside the back of his collared shirt, thinking nobody would see it, that with his suit jacket on, it would just look like his hair ended at a suit jacket. They fired him on the spot. He wasn't a Disney employee for an hour, and he was gone from the orientation class. That's how serious they were about facial hair.
Yeah, you're right, Nathan. Disney would never give you a job. Oh,
Wow.
Vegas
Treasure Trails. I'm 100 degrees colder than Florida, buddy. I feel for you because this. I mean, I'm going to be wearing sweatpants to bid tonight, Bill.
Vegas, they found a nice gold ring today.
Oh, very nice. And Vegas is congratulating Tom Kingery. Tom Kingery was the big winner of Rob's beautiful 56 proof quarter set. Tom
Nice.
won that.
Oh, and it rang up 5 on the knock, so it's gold or platinum. Sweet. Oh, Don Rollick Reaper, how you doing?
Vegas, he don't want to send it to me because he says it's okay, but he sent me like 7 emails, so I will try and get Jan's address. So what you should do is please send out the quarter that you had for the foreign channel to the gold guy, and then I'll send him out I'll try and get I'll try and get Jan Lewitt's address for you. Yeah, she didn't like it, Nathan. The porn. Yeah, she didn't like it.
No. No food. You're not getting food. Stop it. You're not getting any food, cat. Not for you, for me. So just stop.
Yeah, thank you. I agree, Alice. No, Nathan, they wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the girls at Disney had tongue rings. They had if they caught them, they made to take the little ball earring out. You couldn't have more than 2 earrings as a girl. So like we had girls that had like 9 holes that went all the way up around through the cartridge. You couldn't wear that, and you could not have any visible tattoos. So we had a lot of guys in security that they had to wear their long sleeve uniform all year long, including the summertime, because they had tattoos all down their arms. And then also for the guys that had tattoos on their necks, they had to wear their shirt buttoned up with a tie and their security uniform because they couldn't have an open shirt because it would show the tattoos on their neck or their front neck. So
yeah. Hey Rob.
Yes, sir.
Didn't Jason from BC Treasure Trails win something in the stream yesterday or in your stream Sunday? Because he's saying I won something from someone somewhere sometime yesterday, and I'm thinking he was one of the winners, but I don't remember for sure.
I have Miss Denise's list of 27 winners from my stream right here. I know Jim Steele won.
Yeah, I know.
We all almost fell out of our chairs. Okay, he did
Everybody
not
else fell
win.
out of their
He
chairs.
did not win on Sunday stream. So let me check my 2 papers of winners here on
From Vegas's?
from Rob's stream.
Yeah, I think that was the one. I'm not positive. I remember seeing him win something from somebody.
All right, now I got to find out what I did with Rob's papers.
God, I'm not getting notifications again. Have you put any Reed? Have you put out any videos lately?
Who, me?
No, Reed.
I don't get notifications for a lot of people, Bill.
I know it's all freaking. I hate that again. You know, with your use.
I don't remember getting any recently for Reed, and I don't remember getting any. Like I used to get them for Nathan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, YouTube's getting real bad about notifying. No, you weren't dreaming of BC. I remember seeing you winning something. I can't remember if it was Rob's stream, either Rob or Marlins or somebody.
Yes, he did. He
Yep.
won a silver coin. Oh, he's the second foreign winner. Jason's in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Rob Vegas, he's the one you owe your second dime to. The quarter goes to the gold guy. The silver merc goes to Jason. And I am getting with Jan. I will get something out to Jan, and I'm also going to send Tony clad for clad. He's got a choice of either a silver dime that I ran, but I know Tony likes collecting NIFC at $50, and he knows I do coin roll hunting. So Tony emailed me today and said he could use a really nice 2002 NIFC silver half. So I'm pretty sure I've got 2002 is a year, so I will get that to Tony. I'll get Jan something. So Rob, if you could just take care of Jason from BC Treasure Trails and that gold channel guy with those 2 silvers you had for foreigns, we're good to go, sir.
Rob.
Yes.
This is it. You know, there's a Arctic front coming in. Tom Perry's got it right. Jim Steele won a duck race. That's why it's going to be so damn cold. Hell's freezing over.
I absolutely think that is correct. And sometimes, Nathan, I get notifications for a live stream that's been on for an hour.
I think we're going to have Jim Steele up here in a minute.
Marty, if you did shave your
Hi,
beard,
Chris.
I wouldn't recognize you, Marty, if you shaved that beard. You've been growing that beard a long time.
Hello,
Yeah,
Deej.
BC Treasure Trails. I'll get with Rob and we'll make sure we'll get you out of Merc.
Deej, no worries, Deej.
Hi, Miss Deej. Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting YouTube's getting real bad about everything lately.
I just really wonder, Bill, if they're getting constrained on server space that they're starting to have these glitches.
That could be. You know, and I read about these because you know their YouTube is anti-gun, so a lot of the gun channels have gone to these other platforms. I checked into some of them. Most of them want you to pay money to join them. So
Screw that.
I haven't done it, and I forget which one I've been using for a few years now. Another one, I can't even get subscribers over there. So,
Bill, you take Jason from Quarter Hoarder. He only does a live stream usually once a year around this Christmas time. He had his about 10 days ago.
yep.
He had all 5 guys that he hunts with. He had the other 4 guys and that lady that's the historian. Now I'm going to say something negative here, so please nobody jump my shit. But I've watched that lady in several episodes, and she's supposed to be the historian, and they have given her several relics they've got her, and she had no clue what they were.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she's the girlfriend or wife of one of the guys, but maybe she's an amateur historian, not a professional. There is Mr. Jim Steele looking like Santa
Yeah.
Claus. Get yourself a job this time of year, sir.
Yeah. He
It
froze up.
looks like, yeah, it looks like his internet's a little slow.
We can't hear you, Jim.
A real slow.
Yeah,
There he is.
Hang on.
go.
You cannot hear me?
We can now. They're
I
doing
just want to
some
show you what a
work.
real beard's supposed to look like.
Absolutely, sir.
Great looking beard there, Jim.
I've had a lot of beards, Jim, and I've never had one that looked that good.
Yeah, he's been up here once before, Matt. With Phil.
And this is a small one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Deej won something the other night.
If you're talking, Jim, we lost you again as far as sound.
Hang on. I got to kill.
Good night, Danny. Thanks for being here. Merry Christmas.
Have a good night, Danny boy. Congratulations on your
What the?
winning your Knox.
Yeah. Holy Swedish Carpenter. That's what Jim looks like.
You know, I will tell you, Bill, I've seen some people come up in different live streams, and they look like nothing that I had envisioned in my head from their talking.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know.
Yeah, Jim, your voice is gone again. Your
At
sound.
one time,
Go ahead.
No, lost you again.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It keeps going in and out, Jim. I don't know what's going on, but your mic keeps cutting in and out.
Yeah, we're
Hang
catching
on.
like every 10th word, Jim.
Is anything coming through right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
No?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lost him again.
What's going on?
Say something, Jim.
Yeah, his lips are moving. We just don't hear.
I'm here.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if he's just moving his mouth, Bill, if he's not saying anything.
That could be.
Yeah, I thought she did, Rob.
What? Is it?
Helps keep your face warm in the winter. Yeah, Bill, I'm slowly getting everybody's addresses coming in. I got so busy on that stream on Sunday that I forgot to post my email once during that entire 2.5 hours.
Oh, geez. I never even noticed that.
I know, because it just,
Yeah.
and if Denise wasn't here logging all those prizes in, Bill, if I'd had to stop and taken the time, we wouldn't have got half those prizes done.
Jesus.
But we got 27 duck races in, and we had 26 winners because one person, AU Diver, won twice.
Tom Henry says they hear him. I don't hear
It's Millie Jim.
This damn thing.
Oh man, he has such fast comments.
It's telling me that everybody can see and hear me, but you can't hear me.
Well, we can when you form a whole long sentence, but you move your mouth sometimes, and we're not sure if you're talking or not.
I am talking right now.
We hear you right now.
No.
Okay. I used to have hair halfway down my back, and my beard almost reached my belt.
Wow,
Wow.
that's even past Santa territory.
Yeah. That's like Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, that's into the hermit
Yeah.
territory there. The
Yeah.
eccentric territory.
I got out of the service in 79, and I swore I was having to get haircuts 3 days a week and shave 5 times a day. And I swore when I got out never to shave and never to cut my hair again. And I didn't for 5 years.
Wow.
Then my grandmother died, and I went to the barber shop, walked in. Guy asked me what I wanted. I told him a flat top and a shave. He gave it to me. I walked outside, and my own parents didn't recognize me.
Only time I got to grow my hair long was when I made detective and went undercover. Then I got to grow my hair long and get my beard, get an earring, and just generally look like a total scuzzbag.
Now it's just for warmth.
Yeah, so yours turned a nice white. Mine went gray.
Half of this white was there by the age of 25.
Yeah, I made it through 25, but I did start graying in the 30s. My dad was completely gray by the 30s when he met my mom, and her mother used to say that she was dating an old man.
You're still a kid.
I was graduating high school when you got out of the military, Jim. And trust me, I feel old, buddy.
Give it another 10 years, Rob, then you'll really feel old. Believe me.
Yeah, Bill, I'll be quite honest with you, Bill. I'm not really looking forward to that, sir.
Nobody does, believe me.
Unless I can get this weight off that I'm trying to do and get the hips working. Besides that, Bill, I got to admit, I feel pretty dang good.
Yeah.
And I imagine if I lose 40 pounds, I'm going to feel a hell of a lot better.
I always knew, when my parents died many years back, and I always wanted to go back and tell them they freaking lied to us about, oh, yeah, you start falling apart, feeling it around 60. No, it started about 50. You start feeling it. And a lot more by the time I hit 60.
SWPA, that's bad, sir. My dad grew a goatee in his 60s, and he looked pretty damn good with that goatee in his 60s. I was probably about 6, 7 years old, and I didn't know anything about aging, Bill. When I was 6 or 7, I just thought everybody came into the world at the age they were at that I saw them. So I always just thought my dad was 60 years old. I always thought, I was going to be 6. I had no concept of aging at that time.
As long as you don't braid it, Matt.
Yeah, Matt. Don't be braiding your ass hair, Matt.
I remember seeing a girl with braided underarm hair. That was sick.
That just gives me the heebie-jeebies. Okay.
That's okay. I watched this guy ride up on a Harley one time from this restaurant I was eating in. He comes in, huge guy, tattoos, all that. But his Fu Manchu was braided and had little bows in the tip. I went, that kind of throws off the whole bad biker looking thing when you got these little bows in here.
You're right.
But I have seen people, guys, with their beards braided. They usually put the little beads in them.
Yeah, that I've seen too. But this guy, it was Fu Manchu braided with little bows. It's like that. Just
thank you, Alice Wonderland, because I am definitely not a look of European females that keep their underarm hair. That is just not an American thing. And I just, when I was over in Europe, I had to really get used to women with hair and leg hair.
I had a girlfriend from France years ago. She had more hair on her legs than most guys I knew. I hated it.
I couldn't handle that, Bill. I don't want to be sleeping with anybody whose legs as hairy as mine.
And she got offended when I said, "You ever thought of shaving your legs and your arm?" What? That just wasn't. Yeah.
I will say this though about my time in England in January through spring of '83, and I was in England. When you go out to a nightclub or well, back then they still had discos in England and pubs, but when a woman went out at night on the town, they were dressed, and they were dressed in dresses. They they looked sharp. Women looked sexy. They weren't. It wasn't pantsuits or jeans. I don't think I saw a woman in jeans till I got off the plane again when I got landed in America.
You see what Jason wrote about his girlfriend? I like to shave just one leg. Always creeps me out in bed. That would be weird.
I don't know how he comes up with this fast. I braid my beard during deer season just to keep it out of my coat zipper. There you go.
I got mine caught in the zipper yesterday.
Deej, I never knew you had cancer and went through chemo.
Oh yeah, she did.
So she says when her hair came back, it grew in salt and pepper.
Mm-hmm. Chemo sucks.
I'll tell you something. I'm very, very happy that Troy's wife beat it. We didn't see him. Deej, that's what Troy's wife had. They were flying back and they were flying back and forth to Texas, Bill. That's where she chose to have her treatment. It was in a cancer specialty hospital in Texas.
And she's fine now, right?
Yes, she's good now.
Good.
Mercury, sorry to hear that.
Not breast cancer, but 3-time cancer survivor. So.
Well, one of Denise's clients, Bill, has beat cancer 5 times, and he's working on his 6th bout right now.
Oh, geez.
He's the one that just wrote that book that I had signed for Dennis.
Yeah.
We went to his book reveal and signing down in St. Pete a couple of months ago. Denise has been working for them for over 20 years, and they consider her family. So they invited us down to the big shindig. His publisher was there, and probably about 60 or 70 of his closest family and friends, and it was a real cool, eclectic old building in St. Pete, and they catered in. The caterers were excellent. The food was good. The music was good. That's exactly right, Reed. There's worse things that can got in your zipper.
I got to agree with you, Reed. Happened to me when I was drunk one time, and even drunk, I was 6 G's to the wind, and yeah, that sobered me right up.
I bet.
Well, I'll get off here and let you 2 young guys do the stream.
Yeah, young guy.
Yeah, okay.
Jim's
You got
a
a hero
comedian.
in me, Jim. Big deal.
Jim, I'll get your prize off this week, sir.
Thank you.
But congratulations. I know we busted
Happy
your butt about it.
holidays.
You too, Jim.
Merry Christmas, Jim. Thanks
Okay.
for coming up. Love the beard.
I got a long email today from Bob Mazzoli, Bill.
Yeah.
He was in the stream when we first logged on Sunday, and then he won, and he didn't come up, and we had that strict rule about you had to be there.
Yeah.
And then Rob Weigold said, I think he's in the hospital, and that he was logging on from the hospital. So I sent him a text, or I sent him an email, and he emailed back and said, yep, he broke his good hip.
Oh, Jesus.
So he's in the hospital, and they have approved him getting therapy at some world-renowned therapy center up there in Massachusetts where he's at, and he's been accepted there, and he's going to be there, I think he said, for 3 weeks. So he had logged on to the stream, and then right before he won, they called him for therapy. So he was doing therapy, and he couldn't be on his iPad. So I said, listen, that's extenuating circumstances. So I had already announced that AAP, Variety Channel, they had come in second for the race for the proof coin set, the U.S. Mint proof coin set. So I had an extra proof coin set here. So I contacted AAP and said, would you mind with Bob being in the hospital, not being able to answer, if he could get the original win, and I'd send you out another Mint prize set. And they said, partner, God bless him. Good for him. We'll be happy with the other set. So I'm already sending out a few extra prizes, Bill. Everybody's been super understanding.
Yeah. Yeah, for something like that, I can understand. I'm glad he's getting the help he's needed for so long. It's about time.
Evening, Bad Idea Lab.
Nathan, you don't put little bows in it, though, do you?
Ouch, Reed. Get out. Are you serious, Jason? Are you really serious? It's negative 38 up there.
Oh, where he's at, I believe. Oh, Reed. Basic training of all places. Ouch.
Thanks, Tom Riley. Hey, Tom, is Friday or Saturday still looking good, Tom?
Ugh.
Wow, he says it's really negative 38 up there. That is crazy, Deeds. That's just flat out knucking futs is what it is. I mean, I'm freezing my ass off down here, and it's in the low 50s. Charlie's in the 40s, and I know he's probably freezing too. Denise is running around with hardly any clothes on, going, "Oh, this weather's great."
Yeah. Computer, what's the weather out?
Currently, in Clarksville, it's 36 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, we're
with clear
36.
skies. Tonight, you can expect cloudy skies moving in and out.
Negative Florida.
25 degrees. By the way,
Will
Okay.
do, Tom.
Computer, stop.
Wow, Jim, 1 degree negative Fahrenheit. Hi, Connie.
No, I don't want to move south. I want to move to St. Croix.
Oh, Bill, that sounds good.
75 degrees pretty much year round. Sandy beaches to detect on. Yeah. The only other competition we'd have is Gene and the boys.
Alice, yeah, it's, our weather guys call it that winter vortex or that cold freeze coming from the Arctic. It dips down just about the center of Florida. So here in Tampa Bay, that's about as low as we're getting. If you went about 100 miles south of us, it'd probably be 10 or 15 degrees warmer. So we're getting just the edges of that vortex down here through central Florida. And like I say, Charlie's, 250 miles north of me. So yeah,
Diana.
Charlie's freezing his ass off.
Diana and I are going to run away to St. Croix.
That sounds good to me. Jim Steele, I look forward to that every summer down here, buddy.
Community moved to St. Croix. No, not everybody. Then it'd be like Clearwater Beach. There'd be nothing left to hunt.
Wow, so we're getting below zero where Reed's at.
And I seen that happen, Rob. I remember 4 or 5 years ago, watched some guys hit the beach and finding all kinds of stuff. Then all of a sudden, detecting got so popular, especially beach detecting. It's like, boom.
Oh yeah, 10 years ago, it could be easy to come home with 3, 4, 5 rings on a night in Clearwater Beach.
Yeah,
I've gotten 2 gold rings one night hunt one time. I got a third gold ring. That one turned out to be plated, but I actually did get 2. I think 1 of 10 and 1 of 14. One night on Clearwater Beach. I actually texted Charlie like at 1 in the morning when I was sitting down in the sand because my hips hurt, and Charlie actually answered me that night in the middle of the night. But you used to be able to do that all the time, Bill, but there is not a time that you can go to Clearwater Beach you're not going to see 6 or 8 other guys.
yeah. Well, it's like watching Robert Ferguson when he first started. Go to the beach, 4 or 5, 6 rings, $20-$30 in clad. Now, if he's lucky, if he comes back with a junker and $2 or $3 of anything, bunch of rotted zinc and stuff like that.
Well, obviously,
Good night, Cynthia, and Merry Christmas. Love you.
Take care, Cynthia. Have a good holiday. Yeah, Jim. Well, Bill, as soon as I get all the prizes out from the big Christmas giveaway, and as soon as I make sure all the Rob people have sent me their addresses that I can forward to Rob for his giveaway last night, as soon as I get all that under control, so probably before the new year, we're going to start our 1,700 subscriber giveaway, which will have 10 pieces of American silver.
Wow, nice, Rob.
And then the 1800 will have 12 silver foreign coins because the foreign coin giveaway I did
Oh, there you
was
go.
very popular. So I went out and got some older and cooler foreign coins, and we're going to go from 10 to 12. And then for the 1900, we're going to do all the accessories that my what do you call it? My sponsor, my channel sponsor, which is Detector Warehouse out of Texas. I've still got half of the stuff they sent me, including the carry bag, the digging knife, the pouch, the gloves. So I'll have 6 or 8 accessories from them. And then for the 2000 sub giveaway, I have been sent by one of my subscribers, I have been sent a Morgan dollar.
Nice. Wow. Huh. Reed, broken pipes and stuff, huh? Hardware store been pretty busy.
Bad Idea Lab. I'm telling you, that one Texas town that just put up all those Tesla storage units or whatever, and they've had no problem now. Texas is going to need to go to those Tesla storage walls. They need to start storing up their energy when they have it available. So when the place crashes, they have energy backup and available. If you're in Canada, you get the 10-piece chicken nuggets. I actually will ship silver coins to Canada, especially dimes and quarters and like 6 pences, 3 pences, because I can put them in a regular envelope between 2 thin pieces of cardboard, and they have a special stamp for Canada. I think it's $1.88 or $1.77. So it is actually, as long as I send it in an envelope, it's actually fairly reasonable to ship an envelope to Canada. If you have to put it in a mailer, it jumps to over like 11. It starts jumping up from 11 and just keeps going up from there.
Well, that's like I looked it up to make sure because somebody in yesterday, one of the
Evening
yesterday
graveyard.
was talking about shipping something to the UK. Well, it is illegal now to ship silver or gold to some coins to somebody in the UK because it falls under not only their laws, but here in the US, they passed a law for the Postal Service. If it's considered a rare coin or collector's coin, it is now illegal to ship it. France, the country of France, you cannot ship in any currency from another country. They've outlawed it.
Well, Bill, I hate rules. I hate most, unless it's a rule for somebody's safety. I'm not a big rules guy.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I
as
don't
a former police
understand.
officer, I'm a big laws guy, but I can't stand petty ass rules. I just can't stand petty ass rules.
I mean, what shipping currency to another country? What does that hurt? I don't get it. I just so well, a law doesn't make sense. You know.
No, it does not.
Yeah, Matt, they do, but people won't do that anymore. In the old days, people would get upset, pissed, and do something about it. Now they don't do anything anymore. Yeah, so it's not confiscated. Oh, there's a mom that's going to Tech and said she shipped a silver coin to somebody in Ireland. Well, you have free Ireland, and then you have Ireland under rule of England. Well, the one under rule of England, no, you can't ship silver there. Free Ireland, you can. Bernie, how you doing? You're
Mr.
right, Reed.
Bernie.
When stuff comes through, they
Hey, Rob, I shipped 2 T-shirts and a shipwreck to Jeff in Austria. $77. He never got it and was returned. Holy shit, Bernie.
Oh man. But Reed, they x-ray a lot of stuff now, so they know what's coming through. It's the problem.
Charlie had the same thing. Charlie sent a package to Canada that didn't get picked up, and it was $50, and it got sent back to him.
Jesus.
Wow. And I'll tell you something. It's stories like Bernie's. It's stories like Charlie's. It's other stories. Even stuff I've had problems shipping to Patty Disharoon that she says she's never got. Detecting bags and other accessories. I'll tell you something. I'm starting to adopt Shane's philosophy from Ohio River History. Just put that Amazon e-gift card right into their email, and you're done with it.
Yeah.
I won one from one of his giveaways. It was a $25 Amazon e-gift card. I took that card number, went on Amazon. I bought the thing I wanted to buy, typed in that number, and it was done. No shipping fees. No, it disappeared. No, I didn't get it. No customs. He just put it right into their account, and I'm starting to like that idea, Bill. I really am.
Oh, that's another thing, Reed. You have to go through customs. You got to declare what's in the package.
Yeah, Alice, I agree. It sometimes my prizes, sometimes the shipping cost me more than what I spent on the prize.
Yeah.
So that's why, Alice, I agree with Shane. You know, he donated 2 Amazon e-gift cards to my stream yesterday, and he already, I guess one of the guys that he already won a prize from him before, so he had his email, so he's already sent it to the guy, and he's asked me to get the other winner's email, and he'll send it out. And the minute he found out that I won one of his giveaways on his channel, he sent an Amazon gift card to me. For international, it solves all kind of problem. It solves every problem.
Luderate said the Canadian postman is a thief, unfortunately.
I'm telling you, Luderate, I don't know what happened to your mail up there 4, 5, 6 years ago, but when you guys jacked up your rates in that big purge, I mean, you guys like tripled your international rates. I mean, even eBay took it off as an international location to send it. The shipping was so ridiculous.
Whoa.
Plug says the only delivery system
Yeah.
I trust is Duffman.
Dee's gonna
That's awesome, Plugs.
Deej says she spent $120 in shipping on her 5th anniversary show. Damn.
Yeah, I believe that, Deej. I'm already over. I've only shipped out 6 to 8 things, Bill, and I'm already over $40 the last 2 days.
Ooh.
And I've got another 8, 9 items to send out in the next 2, 3 days.
Well, it's like the detector that Reed one that I shipped to the girl I wants me to ship it to. I went UPS because it was exactly half the price of US Postal. So I had to get it to the UPS store. It's the only
And
thing
I'll tell you what's really weird around here, Bill. I don't know if it happens your way. We had the post office drop off UPS package the other day. Denise is like, "Why the hell am I getting this from a mail truck when it's been shipped UPS?" I said, because a lot of times UPS contracts with the post office to do that final delivery.
Yeah. Alice Wonderland says, I won games, never got any. You never got any of the prizes you won?
She must have been at Derek Streams.
God.
I send priority to US because it's insured up to $100. That's right, Deej. Graveyard Prospecting says, anyone notice that chips are over $5? I know I went to Sam's Club to go buy asparagus the other day, and it went from like $3.50 to $6.70.
Yeah.
Wow, Grandma Kelly says she does about 100 in postage a month. Holy crap, Grandma Kelly.
Yeah. That's a lot. Every month.
Yes, Eluderate, that's exactly right here. I can mail stickers and a dime to Canada for like $1.77. But the second it goes in the package, yeah, it jacks that up. So
Okay, now this is what got me. I ship out like one of my little metal detecting pen holders. They cost like $3.50 to ship anywhere in the US. Cost $3.80 to ship one of those to St. Croix. But it costs like $10 to ship one to Canada.
yeah, Luderate's right. Canada's rates about 4 or 5 years ago when I was doing eBay, they just skyrocket. It was costing me like, if I sold a DVD movie for like $3, it was like $11 to ship it. And I had people, as soon as I told people that, they were canceling orders.
Yeah.
So I just took on my international shipping page, I just deleted Canada.
Yeah, Mark Thomas. Inflation is only 7%. Pirate Ship shows another company because Pirate Ship will pick the cheapest for you to ship through. And I was noticing UPS and the post office were pretty high, but there was another company that was like 1/6 the cost. D something, not DHL, but something up in Canada you could ship through Pirate Ship way cheaper. Because like Charlie talked about the coin that cost him $50 to ship it. They're showing something like that. It was $50, but this other company was like $9 to ship the same thing. It's like, how can that be? Can two shipping companies in the same country? One is $50 for the item, and the other one's like.
Because do you know how much a UPS driver, FedEx driver, or a DHL driver makes, Bill? It's insane. I worked for UPS 40 years ago when I was in college. I worked there as a hopper for the Christmas thing, where I was the second guy in the truck delivering packages.
Yeah.
Their drivers 40 years ago were like at $18 an hour, and their semi drivers made like $23 an hour. That was 40 years ago. I was seeing guys Christmas bonus checks for the extra hours they put in bigger than their weekly paycheck at Christmas time.
Wow.
So I would imagine right now that a UPS driver, semi driver, and the same with FedEx, probably make over $40 an hour.
Jesus.
My buddy just retired from Tampa PD, and he was making $35 an hour.
Oh, Bernie, you're right, but you can't ship media mail to Canada now. They don't do it.
No kidding, Graveyard Prospect. He started a postal smuggling operation. Absolutely.
Well,
Bernie, media mail is the cheapest way to ship, but my post office got so strict with media mail that that if it's a magazine and it has an advertising in it, they won't ship it. If you go to the counter and they say, "What are you shipping media mail?" and you say a magazine or a flyer, you have to say it has no advertising, because if it has advertising, that's against their rules. It is strictly for a book or a VHS or a DVD. But yeah, my post office, because media is the cheapest to ship anything, they have gotten real strict on media. And here's another thing. Per the postal rules, they're allowed to open media mail to check to make sure it is media mail.
Yeah. But graveyard prospecting, you got beat to that. The postal workers already started a smuggling operation.
Yeah, SWPA, they do work those guys hard.
Average UPS driver makes $57K a year.
I would say, to be honest with you, Grandma Kelly, I would say that's a beginning UPS driver.
Yeah.
Well, first off, Graveyard, thank you for your service. I work for my city like a police officer. Public employees don't get rich. Let me tell you something. You can get rich in Florida as a police officer. I can tell you that right now. I know it's not the safest job to get thing, and I don't know about other states, but they have this thing in Florida called the. Watch me forget the name of this, Bill. They have this thing in Florida called the DROP program, Bill.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
You work at a police department or sheriff's office for 20 years, and then you walk in the day after your 20 years and you say, "I'm retiring. I want to enter the DROP program." And they go, "Okay." And you fill out some paperwork and you come back to work the next day just like you didn't retire. But what the difference is all the money that went towards your retirement, because you've already locked in your 75% retirement or whatever you get, all the money that would have went into your retirement that the city puts in towards that now goes into a self-directed annuity that you can either have directed towards bonds, stocks, annuities, whatever you want. And I've seen guys, some departments allow you to be in the DROP program for up to 7 years And I've seen guys, Bill, leave there with checks for $350,000 from those 7
Oh
years.
yeah. Well, what it's going to tell Graveyard, our local sheriff back home retired at $45 an hour, and the next day they hired him back as a what do you call it?
Consultant?
A consultant at double the money, $90 an hour.
Yeah, our new Tampa police chief, she's only been on the job 11 months. She just got fired this week by the city manager, and the city manager was the one that pushed for her. Even though she had some problems in her past in her young career, the city manager at Tampa is the old police chief, and she wanted another female chief. So she overrode several people in the city council, and she disregarded like 3 guys that were assistant chiefs that had been with the department for like 30 years and had perfect clean records. And she picked this woman. She got pulled over in another county with her husband on a golf cart, driving it down city streets with no lights and no tags on. And then with the officer wearing his body camera, she flashed her chief's badge, whipped out a business card, and said, "Can you let me off for this? And if there's anything I can ever do for you, you call me and I'll take care of you." And she had all that on freaking camera.
Oh,
And they had been drinking too.
geez.
Her husband was in the golf cart with you. He had retired about a year earlier as an assistant chief at Tampa, and yet he was still working in Tampa in a civilian position as like the supervisor of the planning and development department, making like another $70,000 when he had retired with like $120,000 pension, and he was double dipping.
Oh, they lost all that, didn't they?
Yes, they did, Bill. Isn't it amazing what drinking does for you in situations like that?
Well, I loved it when they passed that law stating if you retired from as a cop or some official position, then you got nailed for something illegal, you lose your pension. I thought, oh, that's awesome. About time they did something like that.
Since they weren't charging anything, she's not going to lose her pension. But I mean, she was making, I think, as chief of police, she was making $170,000 a year.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying, but what I'm saying is if they get charged with something and they're found guilty, most places now it's like, okay, you just lost everything. Judge, caught, doesn't matter. You lose it. But I wish they do that to politicians too. I really do.
Bill, I watched some video on YouTube yesterday. They basically said if you get elected to Congress or Senate, that it's pretty much a lifetime tournament. They said the average re-election in Congress is 95%.
Oh yeah. Even if you did not like, because people, because I've heard this, I mean, it's one reason I quit voting years ago. They have a senator in some state that they hated, but they keep voting him back in. Well, if you don't like him, why do you vote him back in? Well, we know what he's going to do. We know where he stands with it. It's the lesser of two. No, it's not the lesser of two evils.
And you can serve 1 year, 2-year term as a senator, because congressmen or congressmen with 6 years and senators are 2. But you can serve 1 2-year term as a senator. You get a retirement for life.
Yep.
And you get free government health care for life, even if you serve 1 2-year term.
Yeah. Well, not only that, you get a pension. Then you go get elected as mayor of some town. Same thing. You end up with a pension for the rest of your life. You can do that 5 or 6 times. Get elected here or there, and you got all these pensions coming in.
Or you become a lobbyist for one of the companies in your district, and then you go right back on the hill making the big money of a lobbyist, lobbying all the people that you were senator with.
Yeah.
And that's why they propose that you can't get like a lobbyist position for like 5 years. They have that for the military. If you retire as a top general or colonel, they have a rule that you're not allowed to work for a defense contractor for 3 years.
Yeah.
Because those guys are using all their influence.
Yeah. A lifetime of grifting. That's right, Matt.
Absolutely. Whoever wrote that.
You're right, Alice. It makes me furious too. It sucks.
I also read something, Bill, that if you're not making $25 an hour right now as a worker, that you're behind inflation.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So even though they just raised the minimum wage here in Florida to $14 or $15 for the kids at McDonald's and stuff, to me, when I was working 20 years ago, Bill, $15 was a shitload of money I'm making an hour. Yep, I agree with that too, Graveyard.
Yeah. No, that's like years ago. I mean, when I was in high school, I was making $5 an hour one summer as a mucker in the mine when the minimum wage was like $1.65 an hour. So I was
And
making
you thought you were hot stuff, didn't you, Bill?
oh hell yeah. You know.
I think my first job ever go was $3.65 or $3.85 an hour.
So
Working at Wendy's. I was the fry guy at Wendy's at 15.
yeah. But you know, when I see these guys, I mean, not only the senators, congressmen, they got their own bank, they can bounce checks.
Oh yeah, that infuriates me, Bill. That those guys can bounce checks with impunity.
Come on. And the reason is, because they're exempt from their own laws. That just pisses you off. Come on. Nobody should be above the law.
I listened to Bill Maher on HBO comedy the other night, and he had a routine that a congressperson is the only job in the United States that you need zero qualifications for.
Yep.
I mean, president, they at least have like 5 rules for president. One, you have to be born in the United States, which is why Arnold Schwarzenegger could never run for president. Okay. And there was a lot of movement. Arnold didn't do it, but there was a lot of people in California that liked Arnold being governor. And there was a lot of people that were signing petitions to change that rule in the Constitution.
Yes, they were.
I personally think, I mean, I'm not going to get into politics here, but I personally think a rule that the person running for president has to be a natural born citizen of the United States. That way you have no worries about your country loyalty. I think that's a good law. And the other one is you have to be 35 years old. So you at least have 2 rules you have to have for president, but there are none for Congress. You can be elected to Congress at 18 with 0 experience.
Yep. Same with senator.
Yep.
Same. Yeah. That's like I remember people when Obama was elected, they go, "Oh man, he's only been a junior senator for 3 months." Hey, Kennedy, look at Kennedy when he was elected. He had only been a junior senator for a short time and did a bang up job. So don't,
Yeah, but that's it though, Bill. He had to wait till he was 35 before he could. I mean, Kennedy was young, but he had to do enough time before, because he's still the youngest president I believe we've ever had.
Yeah. I still think one guy said, he goes, "What you want to do is just make it a 9-to-5 job. You got to work 30 years to be able to retire and find some guy that doesn't want to do it."
Graveyard, there's another great comment. Have to be under 70 should be a rule. There are a lot of people right now. Look at Trump right now. Trump is 76 right now, and Biden is 80.
Yeah.
And how in touch do you think those people are with 25-year-old people?
Yeah, they're not.
So yeah, there's a lot of people think that when we were establishing this country, people lived to be what, 40, 45, maybe 50 if you were lucky. Nobody thought we'd have 80-year-old presidents.
Yeah.
There you go, Deej. Yeah, Deej, I would take one of those jobs. I see restaurant McDonald's jobs all the time for shift supervisors or managers at Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King. I don't think I could do I know I couldn't do a 10-hour shift standing up, Deej. I definitely couldn't.
Yeah, rough.
Yep, it's the floors, tile floors. Absolutely, Deej.
Tile, concrete, yeah. That stuff all tears you up.
Bad idea, Labs. A few years younger than me.
Plugs. When I first got out of high school, you could buy a house for $8,000. A nice house.
Bill, that's funny. That's funny that you and Plug say that. We moved to Florida. My dad retired from Bethlehem Steel in Maryland, and we moved to Florida in August of '73. So I could start 7th grade junior high down here in Florida. So we moved when I finished 6th grade up north. So the subdivision next to the one my parents bought, which was it was bigger, and they still were building new houses. They had a billboard on the highway right outside my parents' subdivision that said Regency Park, which was the name of the subdivision. 2-bedroom, 1 bath, central heat and air, concrete block house with sodded lawn. They made sure they put the sodded lawn in there, and it was $99.99, Bill, for a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, concrete block home with central air in Florida. And the last time they took that sign down, when they didn't put it up anymore, that same house was at 63.9.
Yep.
15 years later. But you're not kidding about it. Plugs. I sold the house across the street from Denise. I bought it, rehabbed it, and sold the house across the street like 8-9 years ago for $99,000 because I had 5 realtors tell me in this neighborhood with a 1-bedroom you can't get anything in 6 figures. And Zillow now puts that house at $210,000 in a blue collar neighborhood that we live in. When I found out what the house across the street sold for, I almost fell over. It was so nasty I wouldn't let the dog in there. And somebody paid huge money, rehabbed it, and then put it out for obscene amount of money they put it up for sale at.
Yep.
Jason, oh my God, that's so funny, Jason. My first job was changing the channels on the old TV for my parents. The pay sucked. Yeah, Jason, that was one of my jobs, and I didn't get paid for that either. That's why parents had kids in the 50s and 60s to get up and change the knob on the TV.
Yeah. Or hold the rabbit ears. No, hold, stop. Stand right there. Stand right there.
Oh, no. My dad went big time. Not only did he have an antenna on the thing, he had that cool mechanism on top of the TV that had the round thing and you could turn the antenna with the motor. And if one of us kids touched that, boy, we were getting to get our ass beat because you didn't mess with the new turn antenna.
Yeah. My dad had one of those too. Same thing. Don't touch it.
I will tell you this, Papa. I baled hay for a girlfriend in high school that her and her dad, her family owned a hay farm, and we would drive up to North Florida. She was 16 years old driving a semi. So tell me how emasculating that is as a 16-year-old guy thinking you're Joe Studmuffin and your girlfriend's driving the semi next to you or you're sitting there. And we would go to North Florida and we would load 400 bales of hay into that semi. And just like you said, Papa, he gave us $10 and fed us a really nice steak dinner. And then we got up the next morning. They had a second trailer on the house that us hired, the guys did. And then we would drive that semi back down here to Tampa and drop it off at a feed store in Tampa. Graveyard. I will tell you flat out, loading and baling hay was the hardest job I ever had. Jesus, 11,500,000. That's just insane.
I did that one day, Rob, and it wasn't the loading. It's this place I went to work for. The old boy that was the dispatcher he was friends of the owner, and he was dyslexic. So he got the order wrong. He got the name of the people I was supposed to deliver to and the street name mixed up. So I'm looking for a street that didn't exist. And I had the wrong order on the truck anyways as I loaded it up. It was my first day, and when I started chewing the guy out, and they go, "Hey, he's worked here 20 years." I go, "Jesus Christ, how'd you stay in business that long?" I go, the first order he puts me out on, he screwed it all up. So
Alice Wonderland's correct. She says you got to turn on all 5 channels. When I was a little kid, we had 4 channels. You had 8, 10, and 13, and on the lucky days you could get the VHF channel, which was 44. That was on a good day. You had 4 channels.
We had 2, 7, and 13, or 2, 10, 13, and 44.
Even Dennis. I saw that picture you sent me, Dennis. I'm sitting here, Bill, thinking I'm the host, and I'm trying to highlight people's comments, and it's not working on my end. Yeah, bad idea, Lab. My mother tried to talk my father. Right when our subdivision ended, it went back to rural land that they had 1-acre lots in a place called Golden Acres. and you could get a 1 acre lot there between 2 and 3,000 and 73. And she begged him just to buy a 1 acre lot and forget about it. And my father was so nervous about those kind of investments, he didn't want to do it. And nowadays, you can't touch that piece of 1 acre undeveloped land for under 40 grand.
Oh God, back in California, the county I'm from, 1 acre of land, especially if it's in town commercial, you're talking $500,000. And if it's just to build a house on, 50 to 70, and that's a third of an acre.
Hang on, Dennis sent me a picture of that gun.
Dennis found a gun?
Yeah, on the beach.
Damn, I missed that one. Son of a gun.
It's a little Derringer, Bill.
Yep,
I think that's pretty cool looking.
it is. Sweet.
I don't know if it's old or not, but
Yep, you're right, Reed. Perfect 36 with Carol Doda. It wasn't 44, it was 36. Yeah. I remember Carol Doda. Yeah. And once in a while we could get 44, but yeah, Carol Doda, perfect 36. Yep. So I couldn't tell. Is that gun in good shape or pretty crusty? Rob, did you freeze?
no, no. I'm
Was
just
that
looking at
gun in
comments.
pretty good shape or was it pretty crusty?
It's pretty crusty.
Oh, okay. Ugh. Wow. Man. I'm in the country in a distant incorporated town on a dead end street in an area that's about to go crazy trying to get more adjoining property. So you're in a small town in the middle of nowhere, huh? Bad idea, Lab.
Wow, a 7 acre lot here is 20 grand, sometimes with a trailer included. I'd move up there tomorrow, sir, but except for that weather you're having today.
Only the weather. You know how much it costs to live in Canada? Way more than it does here.
Graveyard, that's hilarious. On our TV, if you try getting the Playboy channel, it would just come in like this. It was some great sounds coming from it, but you couldn't see anything.
Remember back in the day, a friend of mine, he had two TVs in his living room because one you had a picture and the other one you had sound.
Oh, that's bad, Bill.
So what he would do, people would walk in and have like channel 13 on with guiding light and have Wheel of Fortune on channel 10 for the sound. Just hilarious.
Wow, Deej, that's crazy, Deej.
Yep.
Oh yeah, remember the old tinfoil for antenna days?
Yep.
I will say this, guys. I'm not big on all these snowstorms and blizzards that are hitting people out there, but if this finally helps California and Utah and Nevada get that big reservoir out there back up when all this snow starts to melt that they've been hoping to get, then I'm all for it because I would love to see some of these reservoirs come back up. Yes, they are, Deej. What's
Well,
in the plug? Good evening.
Deej doesn't really matter anymore because in a lot of places where you rent, you have to have renter's insurance. Two, a lot of things they expect you to pay for the repairs now when you rent.
Have a good night, Dennis.
Good night, Dennis. So,
I'll tell you, Bill, I don't know what is around your way here. You can't afford to rent a house here in Tampa Bay.
well, it's the same here. I mean, it's more to buy now, but not that much more. Plus, when things break, they expect you to pay for it here now. So, might as well own it.
Graveyard, that's it. I actually bought that house across the street for $50K right before the market crashed. So about a year after I bought it, it was worth about 32. I was like 18 in the hole, but it took me so long because Denise's dad had a stroke and he was the one who helped me rehab the house. So without him helping me, it took me forever to do it by myself. And then finally my best friend Steve started helping me out. So it took me numerous years, over 7 years, to rehab it. And by then the market came back big time. And I got good money selling that. I know, Treasure Hunter X. I don't even like looking at TV in non-high def anymore.
Hi, Mary.
Evening, Mary. Yes, it is, Deej. I get 3 calls and texts a day, Bill, to sell my house up the street here from Denise's.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought it was because I hadn't paid my house taxes last year, and I went and paid them a couple months ago. And I thought, they check the records to see who's behind on their house taxes to see if they can, they figure they can't afford it and they'll take the house off out of them and give them a shitty offer. So I went and paid my house taxes, and that didn't matter, Bill. I still get calls. I still get calls for a house I sold over a year ago.
Rob, I owned a quarter of a house many years back. I still get calls about, do you want to sell your timeshare? I never owned a timeshare. That was 15, 20 years ago, and I still get calls about it.
I'm getting letters from the city asking me about permits, and I'm like, and yet they're telling me the permits are in the new owner's name. I'm like, why are you sending that to me when the permit application's in the new owner's house, in the new owner's name, but yet you're sending it to the former owner? Can't you understand that haven't you checked your own records in the city to see that house sold and it's under those people's names that are pulling the permit?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my favorite one, though, is I was sitting there well, you remember where I moved from. You've seen where I used to live. I was in an apartment. I'd get phone calls. Do you want to buy a new I get phone calls. Do you want to buy a new septic tank? You go, really? Well, I'd get them rolling, saying what kind of deal I get. I said, well, let me talk to my landlord. And they go, landlord? Yeah, I live in an apartment. I don't know if he wants to buy a septic. I'd keep them on the line for a half an hour and waste their time.
There's that guy. Evening, Tony, being here. Graveyard. Yes,
Hi,
that's a
Tony.
good point. You can sell your house, but where are you going to find another house that's not even more expensive?
Or in worse shape.
Or in worse shape. What was I just going to say?
Vegas, everywhere is getting expensive for homes and rentals. Everywhere now.
Some guy just developed an app, Bill, that if you get a scammer call that wants to talk, you can hit the app button on your phone and it'll start carrying on the conversation with them so you can get off the phone. But the app program will start a conversation. And like you say, they'll tie up the scammer or the salesperson forever. So he can't screw with other people. I'm like, that's a great app.
Yeah, I like that.
If I get any phone call that there's nobody there to answer immediately, and I start hearing the clicking noises that they're switching over from the robocall to a real person, I'll hang up before the real person gets on.
Yeah, I do too.
Took me a while to adjust. I love HD. Some of our football games on our TV look so they almost look like they're in 3D, like they're not real.
Yeah.
Yes. Now for video games, HD is awesome. I agree. Nice, Tony. Congratulations. I jumped up 33 subs since the 16th from a 22 channel giveaway group I'm in. Good for you, Tony. Alice, my phone tries to block them, but I still get some in. Nope, Deej. A one bedroom here is not that bad, but if you want a 2-bedroom with 2-bath here, you're paying $1,800 for that here.
Yeah.
There you go, Reed. I just don't answer the phone. Good for you, Reed. Bill, you've been on 3 hours now, sir.
Yeah, it's time to get off, people. Sorry to do that to y'all, but it's getting late. I got my first physical therapy for my hip tomorrow.
Good for you, sir.
Oh,
So happy that's going good, Bill.
yeah, I am too, Rob. Believe me, I really am. For $300, I'll run up my backyard so we can set up a tent. You probably would, Jim.
Jim, I'd be willing to bet you, Jim, you'd have people calling you on that.
Oh, yeah,
Matter of
easily.
fact, I absolutely know he'd have people calling him on that.
Yeah.
Bill, Denise and I used to like watching that Hoarder show when it was on A&E or whatever channel it was on. And they have this one guy there that's one of the guys that comes in to clean the people's houses out. And they cleaned this guy's house out who had let some squatter. The guy wasn't really right in the head, but he let this squatter live in, like, he had like a wooden shed on the side of his house, and he let this squatter live in there to give him a place to live. And I don't know if the guy was paying him any money or not. So they went to clean this guy's stuff out, and he was using a 5-gallon bucket to go to the bathroom in.
Oh, good.
So the guy turned to the camera, and like I say, this was the guy that cleaned out the houses. And the first thing he says is, first off, I'm not cleaning out that guy's shitty 5-gallon bucket. And then he said, second, he looked at the camera and he said, folks, we're all just 3 bad decisions away from shitting in a bucket. And I'm telling you, Bill, I about rolled on the floor.
Hi, Alicia. You come on just as we're getting ready to shut down, darling.
Hey, Miss Alicia.
But been on a long time, and I'm going to start getting notices. Well, thank you, Bad Idea. I'm going to start getting notices from StreamYard that they're going to want me to pay. So,
You know what, Bill? When I first started streaming, I got them a lot. I stream more now than ever, and I don't get them anymore. It was only when I first started, Bill.
yeah, but you pay for it now, don't you?
I do not pay for StreamYard, but I used to get the ones that would say you're closing in on your amount of hours and you've only got 200 hours left or whatever. I used to get those all the time. And then once I hit a certain level that they saw that I wasn't going to go over, but I didn't respond to their ads, I stopped getting them. So I would imagine, Bill, you're probably going to stop getting those.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're allowed 20 hours a month. I know, Deej.
I'll tell you, Deej, it seems like I've gone over 20 hours, but apparently I'm just under it.
Well, now we're back up to 30 people.
Hey, thank you, 406 Miner. He's saying he's stopping in to hit the like button. So let's see, what do we have here? We have 32 watching. Oh, wow, Bill, the people did hit it. We're up to 47 likes, sir.
Reed, run it to me. I love to live in Nevada.
Oh, yeah, Reed, I'd stay in there if I come out to visit you. You could charge me, buddy.
Oh, hi, John. I will, John. I'll let you know when I know I'm ready to actually go out and, pound the pavement for a while. This cold weather, I can't do it. I know that much. Got to warm up first.
Thank you for us. I'll be honest with you, Bill. I don't like detecting in the cold. As a Florida guy, I don't like detecting in the cold.
Well, I got 12 inches of steel in one part of my hip, and they're sharp, sharper, and that cold hits that titanium steel and lets me know it's there.
There you go, T-Rep. I actually have a good buddy that's a pilot. Oh, he's talking about a driver.
Well, thank you, Deej.
28 an hour, 40 hours a week, and then 60 plus during the
Hi,
busy
sure.
times. Yeah. Oh, for flying, that's for a pilot. Wow. Well, that was cool. Chappie was talking to mainly Rob tonight.
Oh,
Congratulations, Grandma Kay. Everybody seems to be doing so well. I know Dennis is doing well with shorts. I know Metal Detecting Randy's doing great with shorts. I've had 4 or 5 now go over $3,000. I haven't had that explosive one yet at 10 grand, but I know Dennis has been picking up a lot of subs with shorts, guys. And thanks for bringing that up, Grandma Kay, because I need to put one out in the morning.
me, like I said, people, unfortunately, gonna shut this down. I got to physical therapy in the morning.
Do you see what Alicia says, Bill?
No,
The
what?
last live of your 20-hour period, you can surpass the 20 hours even if you use 19. When you started, you can go over.
Oh,
That's good to know. Thank you, Alicia.
yeah, thank you.
Hey, South Texas. Good evening.
Whoa, Shar had 28,000 views on a short the other day. Nice.
Wow. Yeah, Deej, Tuesday night I'm at trivia.
Yeah.
It's too cold for shorts, Mary says.
Good night, plugs.
Nice, South Texas. Very nice. Yeah, I can't wait to get my first short over 10,000 views. That's going to be awesome. It does, Deej. Seems to be hit or miss.
Thank you, Jim. Good night.
If they pick you up, if YouTube picks up that stream for the thing where you just scroll through and get all of them, yeah, you'll go up. I mean, I had one on for like 36 minutes and I was at 1,300 views, and it got to about 2,300 views, and then they took it out of that stream and it just died. All right, Bill, I'm going to pop off here too,
Okay.
and going to go watch a few videos, buddy.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for being here tonight.
John,
Appreciate it.
What's in the
Bill-
pot? We'll get together soon.
Bill, thanks for having me up,
Thank you, Rob, for being up here.
and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Good night, everybody.